Hola, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Orlando Panda. Vamos arrancando esta segunda serie de entrevistas con artistas. Es algo que venimos haciendo desde que empezó esta contingencia y pues bueno, ¿no? Vamos arrancando la segunda temporada. Me da gusto que están conectando. Cuéntenme de qué lugares están ahorita conectándose y pues nada, ¿no? Como ustedes saben, los que están llegando, vamos a platicar hoy con LP, un artista que la verdad estoy muy contento de entrevistar. La entrevista va a ser en inglés y pues nada, ¿no? Please comment wherever you guys are connecting from. I'd like to say hi. Hola, hola Suecia, hi Sweden, Argentina, ¿cómo están? Muy bien. Veo a gente de Francia. ¿Dónde están mi gente de México? Déjenme ver. ¿Quién se está tratando de conectar por aquí? Ahí está Rocío Gutiérrez. ¿Qué onda, Rocío? ¿Cómo estás? Déjame acomodo tantito el cabello. La verdad estoy muy contento de esta plática. Es una artista que la verdad me emociona entrevistar. Quiero pues platicar con ella porque creo que representa... es un símbolo, ¿no? Para muchos y creo que hay gente que de repente también no la conoce y creo que es justo que la conozcan porque no solamente es una gran cantante sino que en todo lo que se involucra la verdad creo que hace muy buen trabajo, ¿no? Estoy hablando de LP. Vamos a platicar con ella en unos momentos. Me cuentan que está terminando una entrevista. Ella viene con nosotros. Hey, ¿qué onda, amigos de Córdoba, Argentina? ¿Cómo están? Turkey, how are you? Let me see who's here. Estaba dándome cuenta ayer que la verdad tiene unos fans increíbles. To be quite honest, like you guys are amazing, like LP fans. I'm impressed, to be quite honest. No de nada, deja ver que Brasil también está en la casa. A ver, aquí está LP. Let's go say hi to her. Everybody's gonna be so excited. Hey, LP, how are you? We have no reception. How you doing?
What up? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I was in a meeting from my other job, and I was like, guys, I have to take off right now because I have an interview.
Like, later.
Yeah.
No, bro, you gotta get on with this.
Oh man. First of all, like I like to say, I'm very happy to have this interview with you. When I saw the opportunity, I was like, you know what, I have to take it. Like, she's such an amazing artist. I remember seeing you back in, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, back in Coachella, when concerts still happened, when festivals still happened. And I don't know, like a lot of things have changed since then. However, you made an impression on me. You made a really good impression. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a lot of artists on stage, like from legends, from new upcoming artists, and when I saw you, the first thing that got my attention was your name, LP. You know, a long record thing or whatever, you know. And I was like, you know what, this sounds interesting. So I started like googling about you, and I was like, no wonder, like this sounded kind of familiar. And and when I saw you on stage, I was like, wow, she sings amazing, you know. And not only that, you know, like after like a few months of following your music, I noticed how much people loved you. And that's impressive, to be honest. I didn't quite realize how much love they got for you until like yesterday when I posted that I was gonna have this interview with you, and everybody went crazy. I was like, really?
How cool.
You know, people from all over the world. And you know, I completely understand them because like when I hear your music, you know, you pretty much you put yourself out there all the time. You know, you give everything.
It's like no net, just like out there.
For example, like your new single, the one that you love. Like I believe that you're sharing like something very personal in that song.
Yeah, you know, like people around me, you know, like my girlfriend, etc., have to they just ignore it. So, otherwise, there's gonna be a fight. I just try to you know, I have a very um, mercurial kind of emotional personality. You know, even though I'm not like I kind of just channel it into my music. I'm kind of like, you know, I mean, I'm pretty easygoing during the day,
You
right?
are. You seem
Yeah,
really cool.
it's like I think like my like people are kind of like my friends like you know at first like a long time ago like not now but like we're always like you know God you're so like it's so funny that you're so just like so emotional in music like everything's like like rip your freaking heart out, you know, and like in like normal life, I'm just kind of like, yeah. But I mean, you know, it's a constant inner dialogue, you know.
And I also think it's a balance of you as a person and as an artist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to let it through. Like, I feel like, you know, I don't have any apologies for like, you know, when I am in a bad mood, I'm like, you know, it's just like I'm in a fucking bad mood and I don't want to hear it, you know, and I'm like, but I get through it, it goes away, you know, and instead of like, I try not to, I don't really hold anything in.
That's
I,
good.
can you
That
tell?
I mean that's good because like there's people and I'm include myself in one of those that sometimes like I keep things to myself.
Yeah.
But then again, through music, I heal. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. I'm with you, brother. Yeah. No, that's like that's really the for me that's the way it goes and I think and through that other people heal through your music, you know, like we like try to, you know, it really, you know, how many times you listen to a song so many times just because it just like every time you do it just feels good, you know, or you just like I don't know, like suddenly it's just like you listen to a song over and over and over again. It's almost like and then all of a sudden you realize like you still love the song but you don't need it anymore because you're like
Yeah, I feel you. But going back to to the same song, the one that you love,
mm,
um, it's like I said, you know, like it's a very good song. I really like it. And but like you said, sometimes like you, I believe you wrote that song probably like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know.
no, I actually wrote it in November.
Oh, really? On that one I didn't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah, I wrote it
understand.
in Mexico in November. At
Oh, you.
I went on a writing trip with my boys, and yeah, that was like the second song. I don't know, like you know, we just we went out to dinner across the street from the hotel we were staying at, and we just we were listening to this guy play just at dinner. Like he was like just on the side, this really cool old Mexican dude with like dope little suit on, a little guitar, and a cool hat, and like ranchero style, you know, like he was just
Yeah.
singing his heart out a little, but quietly. It was interesting. He's just like, yeah, you know? Like that's so dope. And when we went back to the room, and Mike just started messing around on this really like nice little guitar, and I just you know the first line was like the whole like thing like the not do not what you wanna.
Yeah.
And as soon as that popped out, we were like, oh, feels like this feels like something. So we just like you know went at it.
That's really cool, you know, like you get inspired like just in the little things
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
And
That's you know
which
that's what like that guy will never know what an impression he made on us. You know, we were like, yes.
but I mean, I was listening to one of your old interviews, and on one of those you mentioned some about like that you used to play on this place in West Hollywood, I believe.
Yeah,
And I mean, imagine like, you know, like life changes sometimes as quick as that, and like
yeah,
from one moment you're like into another perspective, you know, like you're getting inspired
yeah,
by these other musician at a restaurant, you know.
yeah.
That's
It's wild. Like, well, that's the thing. You pass it on. You know? Feel like, you know, I remember playing at that place you're talking about, and you know, I used to like do this thing where I was like jump up on tables and like while I was like singing a Led Zeppelin song, you know,
of
and,
course.
and it just kind of became my thing. And then you know, I might not do it for a couple of weeks, and I'd come back and I'd see, you know, some other person that was now singing also in this night, like jumping up on the tables, kind of like, you know, like we inspire each other.
That's that. I
I've
mean,
inspired so many times, you know.
that's the beauty of music and art. You
But,
know, uh, as far as I know, as far as I understand, your family didn't really quite believe in art.
no, no, not at all. I mean, it just wasn't like, you know, it just was like, you know, such a, you know, such a gambling thing. You'd be like, you roll the dice, you know. It's like not a, not something that, yeah, you know, I see, and I don't know if like the type of people that are willing to believe in it, or like, you know, like somebody thinks that their kid. I mean, I think my parents, when they heard me sing, I think they were like, oh.
Maybe she, yeah, maybe she has the talent.
Right? That's like, is that good because that's my kid, or is that good because that's good? But it wasn't like, you know, they weren't like, oh, you should like, you know, try to make a career out of it. Because I think, you know, as they knew, it's not easy, and it's not something, you don't, and you know, I thought the first time I sang, you know, at some little place in New York City, that someone was gonna, you know, come up with like, you know, like a piece of paper and be like,
Oh, here's the contract. Yeah.
yeah, you know, and then, you know, that wore off obviously, and then
But
like years.
but that's why this is important, you know, because you can inspire like so many people with your story, which is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really, you know, and it's wild, you know, when I go back in time into reality and think about how I really did not know, how I really was like, am I, you know, like, am I going to wind up like just like kind of regretting that I put myself on the line? And, you know, and as people, you know, as people got older and we're like kind of like, you know, and I saw people drop out of like their art, you know, like I had friends that were like, they wanted to be painters, and they had to like start, you know, doing their thing. And, you know, people that had, that, you know, were musicians and just were like, I can't. And I just felt very lucky because I just kept getting, I kept getting contracts and deals, and it was small, you know, I mean, for a little bit, but then, you know, I think like people will say like, oh, from like 2004, a record to like 2011, like what were you doing? I was getting deals, hustling, you know, getting contracts, getting like advances for things that I like did. But it was like, you know, I was like making a living as a writer, you know, and I just was like, you know, just working hard to get in that kind of click to like do it. But it's, you know, you can do it, and I think that you know, yeah, if I can inspire anyone to do what I'm doing, it's you know, write a lot of songs and you know, keep going, because
You get it? Yeah.
yeah, don't let anybody tell you, if you something that kept me going, and I, you know, I'm grateful for it, and I'll never truly know what it is, but I'm, you know, I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, music or any type of art, it's more like a thing of a perception thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not something that because you can have your that amazing voice that you have, and
Mhm.
still not make it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally. I mean, I worked with so many, when I was a writer solely for other people, you know, I saw that every week, you know. I see some, usually some like, you know, super young person, a big major label, and everybody was so excited. They were beautiful. They're a great singer. You know, we were writing good songs for them or whatever. And you know, even there were sometimes when there was a great song, a great song, and it,
I can imagine.
like, they didn't get behind it enough, or it didn't do it. It didn't gel with people, or, you know, it was a minor hit. It was like, but they needed more, and like a very there's a lot at stake, and it's you know, and there's a lot going on, and right now, like, you can be an independent artist. You could put your shit out there and feel like, you know, you're affecting people. I mean, you know, I think nothing ever like works sometimes if you like have eyes on like, you know, fame and fortune right away. I think it's more about, you know, one brick. You know, you write a song to some people, you write another song maybe to more people, and to me that's rewarding.
Yeah, and you have to also. I believe that if you let me add something, you're not competing against anyone. You're competing against yourself all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, totally. And there's like, and we forget this sometimes, and like, but I think that there's room for everybody. There is. I think
Of course.
there's always room for new music and new people, and I think it's nice to like start getting a fan base like the beautiful one that I have, where I get to kind of experience us moving together through the world, and like this like buoy or this anchor that they my kind of thing, they come to me. And it's a cool thing.
Now that you